We're talking about elbows again. Hope you guys have learned a little bit from this and had some stuff to take home and test. But speaking of take home, this week we're talking about things you can do at home. So we've been talking a lot about medial elbow pain, especially from like pitching and some different stuff like that. And a lot of times too with a lot of things where you're gripping very hard, very strong. It causes a lot of issues here at this side of the elbow. We haven't yet quite talked about so much on what's going on the opposite side, the posterior or the lateral side of the elbow, the wrist and the elbow and the finger extensors. So a lot of times we'll actually see when people come in, we'll make sure we're talking about the elbow pain could sometimes be about 44% of the time can be coming from a problem with the neck. We make sure it's not a neck problem. If it is, we treat the neck. If it's not a neck problem, we treat the elbow and we break it out from there. If this is an actual joint issue at the elbow, we have you do a bunch of repeated movements at home to make sure you get that full joint mobility restored. And if this is more of a tendon problem, we have you start treating the tendon itself and avoiding aggravating activities at home to make sure the tendon can be happy and healthy and safe and recover. So if this is an actual issue and through here, one of the things we'll see a lot of times with our people who just work at a desk, pretty much all of us from time to time, but especially if they're using a mouse quite a bit or a trackball. I don't know if anybody still uses a trackball. We'll see a lot of times they'll have a pain with the tendon that actually moves either the pointer finger or the middle finger. So a lot of times we'll have issues kind of right up and through here. If you can kind of see my forearm right in through here as I wiggle my second and third finger, you kind of see how things are actually kind of wiggling and moving and how high up those go. And typically a lot of times people will be having the pain kind of right up and through here, right below where the joint is of the elbow, when they're having issues at those places. But what can also happen at times, they'll have issues, they can have pain right in through there as well, when they're not able to fully turn their palm all the way up like this. The fancy term is supination. So we will make sure we'll do assessments on that to see what needs to be done and how to apply that at home. And we'll have you work on that at home. The other things we're going to be is try to work on the ergonomics of the desk setup. If this is causing a lot of issues with using the mouse all day, we're going to say, hey, can you use a trackpad? Can you change up? Can you change the height of your chair? Can you change how far back you sit? Can you do sometimes straight arm? Can you sometimes do bed arm? We got to find some ways to break up the monotony of this, so the muscles, the tendons, and the joints in there can have some time to basically heal and recover and just get out of this aggravating position. If you stay in an aggravating position all day, guess what? Nothing changes and you still stay aggravated. So we want to make sure we try to break up that cycle so the body can, like we said, feel happy, healthy, safe, and recover. Any questions on elbow pain? If you're having any issues in the Kansas City area, feel free to drop a question below. Check out our website. Give us a shout. We'd love to help you out. It's kcperformancechiro.com. Our phone number is 816-988-0185. You can find that on our contact info on our welcome page. We'll talk to you guys soon.